Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. Y'all know the vibes, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. What did I do this weekend? I don't think I did anything too spectacular, to be honest. I think I pretty much just chilled. Nothing extravagant, really. Just pretty much hung out. But yeah, man, what's up, everybody? Girl with goals, Zamora, Samir, Ken, Dom, Steadfast, Turbo, Brian, King Plays, Teresa, Mo, Jabin, Sherman, what's up? What's up? Shanika, Joy, Raya, Cherry, Continuous Growth. What's good? How's everybody doing tonight? Michelle, Tasha, Sean, Mr. Randy, Johnny, Michelle, Ashley, Pascal. What's good, everybody? Garza, what's up? Hope everybody had a great weekend. I don't even know where to begin with the market, man. I mean, at this point, this current state of not only just the market, but in the world in general, I feel like the market just doesn't move without news or data. Does anybody else feel that way? It's like if there's no news or data, the market is literal dead, right? Like the market does not move off technicals anymore. Strictly fueled by news or data. That's it. And lately, data hasn't even done the trick. It's just been news. And it's been very tough to navigate, to say the least. Over the weekend, news dropped of U.S. And I don't like to get into that type of stuff. You guys know the news. In turn, right? That's typically a bearish outlook, at least on the short term with the market when that war talk comes up, right? Just like the big T word. So, we'll see ultimately. Market gapped down a little bit. Market popped a little bit. Not really much to go off tonight, but I'd say, man, these conditions moving forward, it's gonna be tough, right? I mean, y'all have seen the intraday conditions. It's been very tough, right? It's sad when you're in a position that your main worry is not the trade, but what news is going to drop while you're in the trade. So that's currently where we're at right now, unfortunately. But yeah, man, let's get it, y'all. Welcome in, everybody. We got a lot to cover tonight. Shout out to everybody who's new here, everybody who tunes in weekly. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys know the vibes, man. We're going to get into this economic calendar first, and then we're going to get into the watch list for the week ahead. Let's get it. Let's go ahead and pull up this economic calendar. Before I do, I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger for you guys so you guys can see nice and clear. We got a very, very data-heavy week. Very data-heavy. And it's going to be a big one, right? It's going to be a big one. We're going into Monday, June 23rd. And it's going to be a big week, I think so, for sure. Not just from this data standpoint, but just the market in general. We've consolidated so long, there's nowhere else for us to go but up or down, right? Obviously, we're going to make a big move. Where? I couldn't tell you, but I think this is going to be the week. That's my personal opinion. Does that mean anything? Probably not, right? But Monday, June 23rd, tomorrow morning, we have a Fed speaker, whatever. It's not J Powell. It doesn't really matter to me. PMI, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by existing home sales at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's going to kick the week off tomorrow on Monday. Now, Tuesday, it's very tricky here because we have J Powell talking, along with consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be Tuesday, June 24th. J Powell is talking at the same time as that consumer confidence release at 10 a.m. So that's going to be a pretty tricky morning. And then we have a couple other Fed speakers after that and to close that evening. I don't know what he's talking about. I would have to look into it a little bit more. I try to stay away from looking at that type of stuff, but I would say definitely be cautious around that 10 a.m. mark on Tuesday. Wednesday, another morning where J Powell decides to bump his gums. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same time we have new home sales releasing. That is Wednesday, June 25th. June 26th, Thursday. This is probably the most important data-focused day. We have Jobless claims, as always, along with durable good orders, PCE, GDP, and that is all at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pending home sales is going to follow those 4 releases at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, here, this is a lot of data, right? So if we can get, say for example, jobless claims, durable good orders, PCE, or GDP, PCE, durable good orders, if we can get majority on the same page here, whether it's good or bad, including pending home sales, that can create some nice movement to the upside or the downside for the market. If we can get majority of these data points on the same page, that's a lot of power, right? Now, if it's a bunch of indecision, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, or bad, bad, good, good, obviously that's not going to be good, but very data-heavy day here on Thursday, June 26th. So make sure you guys are cautious swinging into Thursday if you have an open position. Friday, nothing really out of the ordinary here. Picking up off that PCE release, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which the market does like to react to at times. So definitely going to be paying attention to that 10 a.m. mark on Friday. And that's pretty much it, man. Very, very data-heavy week, Monday into Friday. Not missing a beat in between every single morning, multiple data releases. So it's going to be a pretty tricky week. Hopefully, those data points can give us a little bit of volatility to capitalize off of. But from a chart standpoint, I mean, we've looked at this fucking monthly chart since the beginning of June, and hasn't shit changed, right? Like, you guys have majority of you have sat here with me every Sunday, or sat with me on live trading every single day. And all we have done is top of the monthly, bottom of the monthly, top of the monthly, bottom of the monthly, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And once we go to a lower time frame, you'll see that that's that range we've created. So looking at this monthly chart here, it's not really much to look at, right? Nothing has changed. So nothing really to go over here on the monthly. Weekly, I mean, not really much to go over here either. We have those pretty much matching previous week bars, last week bar. It's not really much to digest here. I mean, this could turn into obviously a reclaim and rip, or we could stay below that last week's low and this could turn into a dump. Right now, obviously, we don't have much to go off of. From a weekly standpoint, I mean, this is a pivotal moment, right? We're either going to have that high, pull back, and then the question is, do we hold, form a higher low and rip, or do we fail, continue lower, lower high, and then continue lower? A lot of work needs to be done, right? There's not really much to digest from this area right here, except there's been an extenuous amount of volume that is not there, right? The volume is non-existent on this move up. The volume is non-existent in this consolidation. I mean, it's really hard to interpret where the market wants to go from this point, and I feel like the only way it's going to move is if we get a big enough catalyst to move it, because you guys have seen there's been multiple big news releases where it should have moved the market. It just didn't. But if you look at this daily chart here, this is where we start to get a little bit of insight, and we start to see that curl, right? You guys always hear me talk about this curl. There's actually a technical name for it, which is going to be an ascending and descending scallop. Go to Google if you don't believe me. But I just like to call it a curl, right? That rolls off the tongue where the market is curling, right? Whether it's curling up or it's curling down. In this case, we're starting to see the market curl over, right? Got that high, lower high, lower high. Nice volume coming in through Friday's session. We're essentially below that structure through the open tonight, but quickly reclaimed it. So it's a very tricky scenario, right? Like, this is a very tricky chart. We have this major demand here, which we've held for pretty much the past month and some change, right? You guys can see that this demand here is super, super significant. Today, or tonight, I should say, we opened below it, right? And we opened below it, and we were below it for a whole 5 minutes. We reclaimed, and we ripped right back into Friday's lows. That is what I want to speak on right now. Looking at this chart, right? If you're taking this chart for face value here, first we need to have tonight's low. But let's get down to a lower time frame here, right? If you look at this chart, right? Right now, we're holding that major demand, which is that previous week's low, but we're still below Friday's low. So this is essentially our range to work with tonight. If we break here, it's very likely we're going to trade higher, right? If we break here, it's very likely we're going to trade lower. So if you want to trade tonight, this should be your focal point. Tonight's high, tonight's low. Now, let's talk about the overall week in general, right? Line in the sand here, it's obviously going to be tonight's low. Line in the sand here is obviously going to be the top of this range. I'm telling you guys, very honestly, I have zero fucking motivation to trade inside of this range anymore. I'm sick of it, right? I am. You guys can see, it's been the same thing. Chop all the way up, massive dump. Chop all the way up, massive dump. Chop all the way up, massive dump. Chop, dump. Chop, dump. Chop all the way back up, dump. Chop, dump. It's been horrible, right? It's been horrible to trade. Not fun at all, right? Not fun. Not fun, not fun, not fun. So my personal take on this week is I need to see us get out of it, or to be honest, I just don't have interest. You know what I mean? I'll focus on another name. But NQ, I just want to focus on the big levels. I don't care about this range at all. Top of the range, 22,325. Bottom of the range, this current moment, is 21,570. Watching for that move below it. That is where we can confidently go short down to the 21.2s, ultimately targeting that 21,000. Now, there is a few levels I'm interested in here. One is if we pop back in at 22,000 or 22,100, that's where we can look for that failure for a short. But ultimately, we want to see us break this range, right? Above 22.3 or below 21,570. That's simple, right? I'm pretty sure we're all done with it, right? We're all done with the range. I don't even want to look at this chart, to be honest, because it just pisses me off that we're still in this range, right? That's pretty much it. ES, I mean, same thing here, right? Same thing here. No matter how you look at it, we're essentially going over the same chart for the past 3 or 4 weeks, right? Weekly chart, I mean, there's not really much to digest from here. We're either going to hold or this is going to flip. Right now, it's holding, so that's all we have to work with, really. I mean, again, going to that daily chart, we're starting to see that curl, right? What I talked about earlier, where that curl's starting to happen. Nice volume through that sell. It's really hard to say, right? It is, because then you get down here to the hourly, and you can clearly see that we're still holding this major demand. So that curl factor isn't really there when we're still holding that demand. It's just a bunch of bullshit, right? That's what it is. But let's focus on these line in the sand levels here. Line in the sand for lower, 59.50. Line in the sand for higher, 61.20. If we get below 59.60, that's where we can confidently look to go short, targeting 5,900, 58.50, and then 5,800. If we stay inside of this range, I will be interested in the 60-70, 60-80 area. As you guys can see, that is a very big supply. I would be interested in that area for a short. If not, above 61.20 will make me interested in longs for that move back into all-time highs. If not, I don't care, right? This is essentially my no trade zone from here to here. If we're inside of this, I don't want any parts of it, right? I'll be happy to try to trade up here or trade down below here, but anywhere in between here, this is my no trade zone. I don't want anything to do with it. NQ, this is my no trade zone. I don't want anything to do with it, right? Leave me alone. Don't ask me. Don't bother me. I don't even have any alerts set there, right? I don't care, right? Same thing with ES. Look, first alert is here. First alert is down here. I don't care what happens in between here. I do not want any parts of it. YM. I mean, I feel like we get a little bit more clarity here on YM, but still, we're ultimately in a range. So again, I don't even want to look at this chart. RTY. Again, I feel like there's a little bit more clarity here due to the context of this chart, where we were pushed into this macro supply, right? Failed, got a lower high now here, and if you go down to the hourly, we're forming a nice drop base. So I would say this chart gives us a little bit more clarity to where we have that macro supply rejection. We have those multiple lower highs off of that supply rejection, and then obviously we have this drop base here. So if RTY can get below that 2090, that would be a big short watch of mine for a move down into that 2060, 2000 level. On the flip side, you know, if we reclaim that 2160, that could be a good long back into those highs at 2200. But ultimately, you guys can see clear as day, we still are in a range here as well. Every single chart that we've looked at tonight has been a range-bound chart, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. Silver. Absolutely love this chart. Silver just broke out of a consolidation in which it's been in since back in 2013, right? Silver has been trading in this range since 2013, almost 12 years, and we finally broke out as you guys can see here. This is huge, right? This is absolutely huge. Silver finally broke this range. We're holding above it. The almighty level here is that 35.5. I really want to focus on this chart on the option side to catch the swing. You guys can see that's that previous resistance turn support. As long as silver is above this 35.5, this is going to be my focus for entering a long position for that move back into 38. This could be a nice multi-day move higher if we continue to hold this demand. Gold, I mean, it's really hard to love this chart. You guys can see we rejected that major supply. That's number one. Got that nice little double top. If you pay attention to what's happening tonight, what did we do? We just wicked above that previous day's high and failed. That is a setup for a lower, right? This is a short setup right now on this daily chart, right? Why? We have that macro supply rejection. We have that channel lower. We attempted to break that channel by breaking that previous day's high. We failed, got that lower high, and now this dandy candle is trading back towards those lows. So if you want to trade this gold chart, it's fairly simple, right? You're looking for two things. You're looking for one, below Friday's lows, 33.35, 33.55, excuse me. That gets you a short back into that 33.10. Below 33.10, it's lights out. Now, if we hold here, right, let's say 33.75 holds, and we trade back above tonight's high, that would be the long criteria on gold where we could rip back into this 34.75. So big levels here on gold, 33.55, 33.75. Keep an eye on them. Those are the big levels for either higher or lower. I do think there's going to be value here. And obviously you guys can see my alerts are set. Have one here, one here, one here, and one here. So if we get moving, I'll definitely be interested in trading gold. Alrighty, you guys, let's get over to these individual names. SPY, first things first. I really don't even want to cover this chart, but I'm going to. I'm going to cover the big line in the sand levels. You guys can see here, we're clearly still trading in this range. So let's focus on the most important levels. 1, 591, 2, 606. We get below 591, close your eyes, short it, target 584, 580. If we get weak enough to get down to this 573, 575 area, that's where we can look to pick up a swing long off that macro demand down here. Upside, I mean, it's tough, right? We push back in the 601.50, 602. That's that major supply. We could watch for a reject there. In order for me to be confident longing SPY, we need to either, one, hold this 593 demand, or two, get back above 606. I have zero interest to trade in this range. So big levels for me, 591, 606. That's all I care about here. That's where my alerts are sitting. I don't care about anything else, right? QQQ is going to be very similar. Bottom of this range here, 524.50. Top of this range here, 537. Major supply, 533. So ask yourself, do I want to go long above 533 into 537? Sure, that's a $4 move, but you still have a major resistance here at 535. There's just too much supply up here to be confident going long. So if I want to go long, I need to see QQQ above 537. And guess what? Even if we get above 537, you know what's sitting right above it? All-time highs. QQQ just has so much supply above. I mean, I'm fine obviously scalping it, but I don't trust anything until we break these all-time highs. When we break these all-time highs and we get in price discovery mode, sure, I'll trust it. Downside, very simple. Below 524.50, have a field day. 522, 510 to the next level. That simple. Higher risk approach is watching that pop back into this 533, 535 area for a reject. As you guys can see, this has been a very big struggle point for the market. Lately, every time we've tested, it's provided a very nice rejection lower, right? As you guys can see, look at Friday, for example, which Friday, I'm a complete clown. If you attended Friday's pre-market session on YouTube, there was one main level I talked about. That level was 533. I clearly stated, hey, if we push into 533 and fail, that's my top short watch. Once we rejected that 533, I flipped over to NQ. And then I said, hey, if we're below this 22,000, that's my top short watch. And I did not take a single trade. I watched the whole move like a fucking clown. Whatever. Anyway, it is what it... Oh, hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on here. We got a nice short setup coming into play. We just rejected Friday's lows. Got that lower high here. If we close weak on this candle in the next 10 seconds, Waiting for that next pop. That looks great for a short. Back down to 21,650, 21,570. To be honest, I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to keep a stop above these highs. I think this setup looks great. I would even build into this a little bit. I think this looks great. Yeah, this looks great. Oh yeah, this looks great. Yeah, I just entered. My average is 21,717. This looks great. Got that supply rejection, lower high here. Just swept that previous candle's high. Flipped this into a almost a bearish engulfing now. Hourly, we just flipped that hourly red. 4 hour, pretty much giving back over 50% of that pop higher. This looks good. This looks good. We'll hold this throughout tonight's live. I'm gonna set an alert right here because I want to add into this either if we break or we pop. If we pop is fine as well. So I set my alerts there. Alrighty, let's go into these individual names. Number 1 here, my top watch is coin. This is a chart I absolutely love. Love, love, love. Gold, you're short gold. Let me see. That looks good too, to be honest. Got a nice downtrend formed here tonight. There's a big level here, though. This is a big level from Friday. If we break here, we should get a nasty move lower. But there's a nice downtrend formed here. I mean, you could just simply trade the downtrend. Right? We just retested that as resistance. That looks good for lower. It does. Gold looks good for lower. I mean, NQ looks good for lower too, to be honest. Everything looks good for lower at the moment. NQ looks good. BS looks good. Gold looks good. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my YouTube, man. I think I got shadow banned. 90% of my viewers come from X now. It's pretty crazy. I don't know what happened. We used to have like 1,200, 1,300 viewers. Now, chill around 500, which is still great. Don't get me wrong. Still great. I appreciate every single one of you guys who tune in. Coin here. Beautiful chart. We just broke out of this massive wedge on the daily. Broke that massive daily structure. Beautiful rising volume here. This is a chart you have to love, right? Beautiful, beautiful demand here. 273, 277. If we can get that pullback into 273, 277, I'm watching for 1, an intraday demand bounce, and 2, a swing opportunity. Or if we can get above this 311, that's where I want to look for that break and hold to go long on coin for a move back into 325 and 350. This is my top long watch for this week. Looks absolutely amazing. I have no clue. I have no clue. I have no clue. I think I'm shadow banned, to be honest. I think I'm shadow banned because if you go to the main page and you're following me, my page doesn't even show up. Countless of my friends said that. Like, when they go to their YouTube, my YouTube never pops up. Ever. Like, they have to manually type in my name just to find me on YouTube. I don't know whether it's because of the name Felony or what, but it's definitely not a good look. Not a good look. I don't know what I got to do to fix it. Because if you type in my name, I don't pop up at all. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. You have to like type in my whole name to find me, which it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. You should be able to type in like some of my name and then the rest pops up. Well, I'm glad that I'm glad it works for some of you guys, but a lot of people it doesn't. Alrighty, you guys. Wow, gold is dumping. That looks nice. That's a big move too. If you went short on that lower high here, you're up like $1,300 a contract. That's a very nice move on gold, actually. That gold short looks great. That daily chart's what really did it for me. This daily chart on gold looks fucking amazing. Massive supply rejection here. Swept that previous day's high. I mean, that was very simple. Once we swept that previous day's high, that was your short entry. Stop above the overnight highs. Target the previous day's low. Break that previous day's low. Move your stop loss from previous day's overnight highs down that previous day's low. Let it run down into that next structure. This gold short can turn into a massive move, to be honest. If we engulf that previous day's low and hold below, that's going to create a much bigger move lower. So I would definitely keep an eye on this gold chart. I mean, obviously the downtrend has already started, right? It's very clear what's going on here tonight. So if we can break that 33.55, that'll definitely be a great opportunity as well. NQ, I am short though, for everybody who didn't listen. I am short NQ with intentions of adding, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, coin, that's what I'm watching. Next, we have Google. I don't know what happened, man. Friday, we were watching Google all week, right? You guys go back to last week's watch list. This was our top watch. This daily 200 MA, 172 level. I don't know how I missed it. I don't know how I missed it. This was the best chart on Friday, right? This was an A+ setup on Friday, and I don't know what happened. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even get an alert. I didn't trade it. I didn't do anything. I don't know how. Like, we were watching this for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? We were watching this Google chart for fucking ever. We were watching this Google chart for literally ever, and I missed up everything. I don't know how. I don't know. Like, that was just such a beautiful level. That daily 200 MA, like, that was such a beautiful short once we broke that level. But it still looks good. Beautiful chart here. Insane relative weakness, right? Like, this on Friday was just insanely weak. Nice rising volume. Broke that massive structure. This is my top short watch for the week ahead. Watching this 165.50 level and watching that 172 supply. If we can get a pop on Google back into this 170, 172 area, that's my top watch for a short off of that supply and that daily 200 MA. Or if we can get that break and hold below 165.50, that's my top short watch for continuation down to that 162 and 156 level. Regardless of the way this goes, this is my top A+ setup this week in terms of a short setup. Coin I like the most long. Let me see what else we got here. Tesla. Beautiful chart here. As you guys can see here on the daily, we had that massive sell-off when Trump and Elon were going at it. Massive sell-off here. Got a nice little relief bounce, and I want you guys to really focus on this area here, right? This is where value breaks come from, right? Pushed right back into this major supply, and now we're kind of just, think of this like a spring, right? Think of this like a spring. Let me make a better drawing, actually. Think of this like a spring, right? This is like a compressed spring. When this breaks, it's going to be a rocket. When this spring can't handle it anymore, it's going to explode, right? Think of that consolidation right here as this spring. It's a matter of time, right? That's all it is. So make sure you guys have your alerts set on this chart. It's very simple. Tesla gets above this supply, 335. This is a beautiful long, nothing but room back into that 355. That's squeeze city. On the flip side, if we break this 310, that's my top short watch. What the hell? That's my top short watch. Back down to the 292s and 270. So almighty levels here on Tesla are going to be that 335 and 310. Very simple. This in the middle is my no trade zone. I don't want anything to do with Tesla here. Above 335, below 310. Absolutely beautiful. Next, we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA's really been struggling up here. Similar chart to Tesla when it comes to the consolidation. You can see we're really starting to condense tight up here in between this 142.50 and 146 area, leaving us with that rally base. Top of the base here, 146 on NVIDIA. Bottom of the base, 142.50. It can't consolidate much longer here, right? We're eventually going to get the break. And when we do, I want to be there to catch it. NVIDIA long above 146 gives us room back into 150. NVIDIA below this 142.50 gets us room back down to the 140 at 137. This in the middle is my no trade zone. The reason you guys are seeing a lot of these setups tonight being open-ended, being two levels to trade from, is one, the consolidation. Two, ES is ranging, NQ is ranging. No one knows where the market's going to go, right? If so, we would take our net worth, we'd put it wherever we know it's going to go, and we would become 10 times richer, right? No one knows. This is how you prepare for a trading week properly, right? All we're doing as traders is creating those what-if scenarios. If NVIDIA does this, I'm going to do this. Those are reactionary scenarios. Those aren't scenarios where I'm predicting. Those are scenarios where I'm reacting. hey, if NVIDIA breaks this 142.70, I know that we have room lower as that structure broke, and this chart is no longer a bullish chart. Versus, hey, NVIDIA breaks 146. I know we're breaking a massive resistance here, which should trigger a much bigger move higher, especially if the overall market agrees. That's going to be our reaction. That's going to essentially be our reaction area where we can say, hey, now we're confident going long, right? That's huge. That's huge, right? So these are the type of setups that we want to focus on when those ranges are there. Next, we have Meta. Meta snuck by me as well on Friday's session. Rejected this major supply here at 706. You guys can see this dated back into the beginning of February, March. Beautiful double top here. Nice little failure to go higher. Finally broke this massive structure here at 695. Sitting in this demand now here at 678. My focus here on Meta is going to be a pop back into the supply. 695 for a reject. That's the higher risk approach. Safer approach here is watching that break and hold below 678 to go short down into this 664 at this next major demand. Top watch here is Meta below 678. You guys can clearly see there is nothing but room lower down into that 660. And if the overall market is weak here, Meta's going to have a freaking smooth move. So definitely keep this on your watch. Hopefully we can see a nice continuation setup from Friday's weakness, as you guys are seeing there. This is just a second day move play. This looks very, very good. Same thing with Google. Tesla's obviously that base break. NVIDIA's obviously that base break. But nice continuation setups here potentially on Meta and Google, along with obviously Coin to the upside. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. Let's go ahead and look at these futures real quick. Check back on our position. Chilling here. Nothing really much happening. Gold is super weak, that's for sure. Gold is super weak, that's for sure. Alrighty, you guys. I owe you guys one giveaway, so we can go ahead and work into that here in a second. Before we do, if you guys got tickers you want me to check out, feel free to post them now. I'll go ahead and check them out for you guys. And yeah, man. Good night tonight so far. We covered SPY, QQQ, IWM, NQ, ES, YM, RTY, silver, gold, oil, coin, Google, Tesla, NVIDIA, Meta, and Apple. We've covered an absolute ton so far tonight. But whatever you guys got for me that we didn't cover, feel free to type them in the chat, and I'll go ahead and hop over them with you as well. PLTR, sure. Still a freight train. Still a freight train. Starting to see a sign of weakness here on Friday. Got that bearish engulfing with nice volume. Almighty level here on PLTR is very simple. 133, 130, 135. That's that previous resistance here that held as support. So if you want to be a long buyer on PLTR, we have to be above this area 133, 135. If we're above this 133, 135, this is still a long base chart. If we lose that 133, this now becomes at very high risk of a move lower back into this demand here at 118, potentially even 105. So main focus here would be 133. Do not spam. Just type it one time. Let's see what else we got here. Crypto we'll go over. A bunch of AMDs. All right. AMD. I mean, AMD is very simple. 125, 124.50. This is my top watch for one, a pullback long, or two, we get weak, a breakdown. Major level here, 132. We get above 132. That's the top long watch. We pull back into this 125 area. This would be also the top long watch for a demand bounce off of that major demand and that daily 200 MA. If AMD loses this 125 and we start to build below it, this is a chart you don't want to be long on. If something like this happens on AMD, be cautious. This is dangerous for lower. But as long as we're above that 125, looks good. BA, let's check it out. Ooh, beautiful drop base here. BA just rejected this weekly trend line from all-time highs. That's huge. We got a weekly bearish engulfing. Flipped that previous week's. Gap on the top, gap on the bottom. Hourly chart, beautiful drop base here. I would say BA could have some value this week for sure. That nice little drop base. I would say BA below 195. That's a beautiful short down into 190. Or BA above that 205. Fill that gap back into 215. I'm going to add this to the watch list. Shout out to Pascal, man. That looks good. Whatever the market does, BA gets strong or weak, we could take that. That looks very good. I'll do one more. Let me see. IWM, we already went over. Hymns, sure. I don't know what you guys love so much about this, man. You guys love these fucking meme stocks and shit. I mean, the fucker is up, what? 170% in the past 2 months. Approaching all-time highs. 72.25 is the big level here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If we're above 52.50, I mean, this is a good chart to be long on. If we break that 72.25, I would say that probably drives it a lot higher. But I don't really have an opinion on this chart, to be honest. I do want to go over this list with you guys. This is XOM. This is oil-based ticker. CVX, oil-based ticker. S is also that's a defense name. DFEN, D-F-E-E-N. This is the 3 times leverage aerospace and defense ticker. Keep an eye on these names, guys. Keep an eye on these names. Specifically, this DFEN. This is actually a big swing watch of mine. We have this previous resistance here at 40.41. If we can pull back and hold here, this is my top swing watch for a long back into these highs. This is an A+ setup, right? Classic macro break and retest here. This is a chart I love if we can pull back and get that long setup. Even if we get above that 48, right? If we break these highs here, look at that. If we break that high here, 48, this has squeeze room back into this 50, 60 area easily. So keep this on watch. DFEN, D-F-E-N. Another favorite of mine is XOM. We're approaching this daily downtrend here. Reclaim this massive structure. Looking for a pullback in a 110, 111 for a long position. Or if we can break this 115 level, we could fill that daily gap back into 120, above 120 at squeeze territory. Keep an eye on these names, guys, especially with that war talk coming out. See a big spike in oil, big spike in gold. Those defense names will start doing numbers. Same thing with CVX. Very similar chart. We broke that structure at 144. Long as we're above 144 here, this is a bullish chart. We got a gap fill above 152. Then we have another gap fill above 161. This gets above that 152 and start to hold. This can see a parabolic multi-day move higher up into the 166s. Keep XOM and CVX on a top watch, guys. I'm serious. These are names you don't want to miss. LMT, I've been talking about this range for a long time. This gets above this 500 level. Some news comes out. This is going to be back into the 550s, 600s, no problem. Make sure you guys keep that on watch. RTX, already been a freight train trading at all-time highs. This is a big defense name. All right? Keep this on watch. NEM, this is a big defense name, along with obviously gold, right? And oil. You have GLD here, which is gold flat. You have Fortinet, which is also a technology service company based off of the defense network. Keep this on watch, right? All of these names here, especially if we get deep into that war talk. Oxy, another big name, closed right into this massive resistance here at 47, which also triggers that gap. If we can get above that 47 on Oxy, should get a nice move back to that 50 level. These are names you want to keep on watch, especially if they got a big catalyst behind them. That's where those big explosive moves come from, and there's a lot of value in them. So keep that on watch, especially names like this, where we have a beautiful technical setup right there with it. And yeah, man, that's what we got. We got a lot to watch this week. I'm not going to lie. This week looks very promising in terms of setups, right? If you want to talk about this week from a setup standpoint, we have A+ setups across the board. Now, the question is, right, will they actually come into fruition? Will they actually come into play? That's the big question, because we've had A+ setups last week. We've had A+ setups the previous week, and it just never came into play, right? So hopefully this week they come into play. I can definitely see a lot of value from those names that we mentioned tonight. And yeah, man. Alrighty, you guys, let's get into this giveaway and get you guys on your way. I know I'm probably yapping too much, so let's go ahead and get this giveaway going, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. All right. First one here. Go ahead and pull this up. Good luck, everybody. First keyword is going to be turbo. We're going to keep it OG. First keyword here is turbo. Good luck, everybody. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Keyword There we go. Good luck, everybody. Give this 20, 30 seconds. Let me see. I won last setup. I won last Sunday, but I chose wealth charts instead of trade evade. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, it might be a little adjustment, but I don't think you'll be able to delete it. Nah. I can't send you another one either. Obviously, that's code specific. Because then that account would be going to waste if you delete it. So just use wealth charts. There's nothing wrong with it. You'll be alright. It's not like you lost it or anything. You're just obviously using just a different chart. That's it. It's all the same. Alrighty, you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. B Lambo 44. Where you at? Type here and type also if you want an Apex account or cash. Let me know and we'll get you situated. B Lambo 44. Where you at? B Lambo 44. B Lambo 44. All you gotta do is type before this gets to a minute. If this turns green before it gets to a minute, you're good to go. So you got 20 seconds. I'm gonna grab a drink of water real quick. Here in cash. Love to see it. Awesome. Let's go ahead and run that back. I'm gonna reset all these entries. Giveaway options. Second keyword is going to be JPAL. Good luck, everybody. Let's get it. Shout out to B Lambo. Good luck, everybody. Keyword is JPAL. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Alrighty, we'll give this another 10 seconds. We'll rock out. Why do I give people a choice? I mean, why not? They might want the cash. They might want the account. Personally, I would take the account. Cash, you know what you're getting. But with an account, you get an Apex account. Who knows what you can make with that motherfucker? If you take every single trade I take on live 5 days a week, I promise you, you will be profitable. Because I'm profitable, right? If you follow exactly me to the T, you'll be golden. But the big problem is not when you're on live with me. The big problem is when I'm not on live and you do some dumb shit by yourself. Am I right or wrong? Don't get me wrong. I take red trades. I have red days, but it's all about risk management, right? I know how to manage my risk. A lot of you guys don't. That one red trade triggers another trade triggers a bigger red trade. That bigger red trade ends in tilt. Next thing you know, you're knee deep in shit. That's how it always happens. Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. Tyler 387. Congrats, my boy. All I need you to do is type here, and if you want cash or an Apex account, you let me know. We'll make it happen. I said I was going to do 2 tonight, but I'm going to do 3. Let's get it. Where you at, Tyler? Here. Do you want cash or an Apex account? Let me know. Cash. Perfect. Sounds good. Alright. Last one here. It's going to be a quick one for everyone to hear. Keyword is going to be quick. I'm going to give this exactly 1 minute. And we're going to go from there. Keyword is quick. I will be right back. Let's get it, y'all. Good luck, everybody. Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Flex. That name looks familiar. That name does look familiar. Flex, congratulations. Let me know. 1, you are here. 2, cash or an Apex account. You let me know. We'll make it happen. What else we got going on here? Oh, side note, guys. The merch drop. That's live. Forgot to tell y'all. If you didn't see it on my Instagram, you might have already seen it. Where you at? You running low on time, my brother. You're running low on time. 15 seconds. Uh-oh. 10. 9. I'm gonna have to hit that re-roll. 5. 4. 3. 2. Ooh, look at that. And you said you were minty. That I would have had to treat you like everybody else, but you're good. A minute on the dot. I was close. Had your ass cheeks clenched on that one. What do you want? Cash or an Apex account? Nah, you're good. You're good. What do you want? Cash or an Apex account? That's crazy, the delays like that. I need to figure this shit out. I honestly think we should go to Kick, man. Like, Kick, there's no delay. What do you guys think? You want an Apex account? Alright, I got you. Give me 1 second. I know some delay, like the delay is different for everybody. Some say it's no delay, some say it's delay. It's just it's too everywhere for me. I don't like it. Alrighty, you guys. Any last minute questions, trading related, business, entrepreneurship, whatever you guys got, feel free to ask it. Side note, for anybody who didn't see it, I'm going to show you guys the new merch release. Absolutely fire. I don't know who that handsome man is, but if I was a female... Sorry, I couldn't control myself. He's just too handsome. This is the new drop. This is the hoodie. Market maker. Back. Fire. My favorite are the tees, though, to be honest. The tees are fire. Futures are the future. Absolutely fire. Front of it. Let's get it right here. This is probably the most comfortable release we've ever done. This has that raised stitching, too. Our print, the raised print on the front and back. Nice little gray wash. Absolutely fire. Then we have the One More Trade. The infamous One More Trade. We all have been there. Here we go again. This is a dope one. It says here we go again right here. Beautiful material, oversized look with the what do you call it? The frayed bottom, the crop bottom. Super fire. And then we have this is my favorite personally. Not on the same wavelength. Got the purple mix in there. Our pink, excuse me, logo. Got that pink mixed in there. Looks absolutely fire with that olive cropped bottom, frayed bottom, whatever you call it. It's fucking fire, man. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. Got the equity options, futures, and crypto. Absolutely fire. Buy traders, for traders. I'm telling you guys this, right? I stand on this 10 toes down more than anything else in my life. You go to fucking Google, right? You type in stock streetwear, right? I'm not talking about our brand. I'm just saying stock market clothing, right? All you're gonna see is a bull, a bear, and candlesticks. Nobody is doing this. We are fucking pioneering the space 100%. This is fashionable clothing for traders by traders, right? I promise you, respectfully, there's no one out there with one, quality of our caliber, and two, that can actually wear it, feel comfortable while they're wearing it, and look good. That is a fact. I don't care that it's mine. I don't care that it's Dom's. I don't care whose it is. It's a fact. Even if it was someone else's, I would be wearing this shit every day. Every day, like I do now. If I turn on my camera right now, I am wearing this shirt as we speak, right? If I turn on my camera right now, this is what I'm wearing. No bullshit. Right this second, right? This is a shirt I'm wearing right now. I wear it 7 days a week, right? Whether it's a hoodie, right? Like these hoodies right here, absolute fire. Comfortable. Designs fire. Like there's no question about it. Right? There's no question about it. There's not a single person, brand, or anything in this space. I mean, look at these shirts. For the culture in the front, day trader in the back. This one says portfolio. This one says asset. This one says bull market. This one is liquidity. We got the SPX DGen. They told me to short the market with the bear. These are absolute fire, right? Like absolute fire. No one can tell me they're not, right? It is a fact. Absolute fire, man. Did the 1 and 2 on that one. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys as always. I'll update this NQ periodically until I go to sleep. If nothing happens, then whatever it is, what it is. But yeah, man, appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live. Shout out to the 3 winners. I'll see majority of you guys bright and early in the morning for live trading as always. I just pinned the link at the top. Completely free, no paywalls, no gimmicks, no half-ass signals, no spreadsheets. Real live trading every single day for free. Hey Google, how many days left until August 27th?
There are 66 days from June 22nd until August 27th.
Y'all got 66 days left. Take advantage of it. On that note, I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Peace, everybody.